It felt like not sterile, but like someone just like was like, here are the clothes.
Yeah,
right? Like there was that thoughtfulness to it.
Well, it's like a lot of malls, like they have a square.
Yeah.
It's also,
there's a difference between like the front of the store and then the sale room, which is usually where I gravitate because you should never buy anything there if it's not 40% off. Just wait a week. But
just wait a week.
It's kind of like that has none of the thoughtfulness. It's just all the patterns and everything on a rack, and it's kind of a little fishy.
I was going to say that part of what I like about, and I usually go into the one in Soho, and it's like you have the new trendy stuff in front for women. The men's section is upstairs, so sorry guys. But so you feel like you can just pop in to see what's new and what's fun. And I think that having the sales section all the way in the back is a good draw to get me through the store, because I think otherwise I wouldn't necessarily hit the rest of the store. To your point of the 40% off, and maybe this is premature to talk about, but that was part of the reason I haven't been shopping there so much.
Why? Tell me.
I feel like there's this, it almost cheapens it, that everything goes on sale. Like that, and it's always 40% off, and so there's no immediate need that, and like nothing sells out either, it feels like. So there's no immediate need to, ooh, this new thing came out, I gotta go to Banana and get it. You wait, you get it on sale, or what, and then you lose interest, and you don't go back to get it. It's just, it doesn't create an exciting shopping atmosphere.
Okay.
I get this may be getting ahead of ourselves or something you don't want to get into, but I feel like all three of those brands lately, their emails have just been
so many.
worse than ever, like 4 or 5 a day, and the subject lines are all like,
Emojis.
you've won this special deal, and it just feels like really
The
more
bigger deal they
than
make out
ever.
of it, it's like you got 20% off, and you're like, well, yesterday I had 40, so what do I care about your 20?
Yeah, and it's like last day, and then 2 days later, it's
It's sending it,
Well, to be fair, J. Crew also started to do that for me now, where like every other day there's a new discount code, and they feel the need to remind me. So maybe it's like a general brand thing. I feel like I'm just bombarded.
Out for those.
That's your raise the prices, but no. So I feel like it's like a general thing.
Macy's does it too. So every Saturday, it's a super Saturday, preview day Fridays, extended to Sunday.
It almost makes you regret paying. Like if you were to pay full price or something, then you feel like an idiot because then 6 days later, it's like.
Yeah, I've had conversations with friends. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, what? You paid full price for?
There's no ever. Just going back to the shopping experience, what is the biggest difference between the shopping experience at Gap and Banana Republic?
Gap is a little more sterile.
Yeah.
I think Banana Republic has a little more personality
Okay.
and feels a little more upscale.
Okay. Anyone else? How else would you describe the difference?
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think Gap just doesn't. I think it doesn't feel as staged. Like it's not like you're going in for an experience. Like you're going in to buy Gap jeans, or you're going in to buy like a blazer to throw on for an interview. It's like Banana. It's like, oh, there's a lot of thought maybe to how things are laid out. But at Gap, it's like if I walked into a Gap and I saw a table with t-shirts and jeans on it, I'd be like, yeah, that's a Gap.
Okay.
I'm not surprised, and I'm not underwhelmed or overwhelmed. Like I know what I'm going to get into.
Okay.
Yeah, Banana feels a little more welcoming. Sorry.
Good.
Feels a little more welcoming.
Why?
I feel like color-wise, I feel like I'm walking into like a coffee, and if I'm walking into Gap, I'll walk into like a glass of water.
Okay.
That's
Where do they handle like the packaging and stuff? It's like
yeah.
Well,
I feel like
the
there's more
lighting is different
options.
too.
The
Again,
lighting.
like I think you lower the lighting the higher you get within the Gap Inc. brand.
Okay. I was going to ask you that question too. What is the difference between Gap and Old Navy when it comes to like the shopping experience? How would you describe that difference?
You had something so.
Yeah.
So I guess about Banana.
Oh yes, please.
I feel like there's more to explore at Banana compared to Gap.
Okay, in what way?
Goes along with your point. Gap, you see a table, you know it's there. That's it. Whereas Banana, you see more color options, more kind of ways to combine a shirt or sweater with pants, with chinos, with this, that. So I feel like there's just more thought in that, as you were saying.
Yeah.
Whereas Gap is kind of just like Gap.
Okay, so then thank you for that. Then to go back to what's the difference if you look at the brands, like what's the shopping difference between Old Navy and Gap?
Old Navy is, I don't know. I feel it different. I just can't exactly explain it. The color scheme of the store is just different.
Maybe it's a little more experimental.
Old Navy shopping experience?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Gap, as we've all been saying, is kind of like, you know maybe why you're going there.
Okay.
You know, it's like you want a navy sweater, you want a white shirt.
Yep.
Old Navy, oh, that's a cool design on that shirt. Maybe I'll get that. Or I feel like they experiment a little more.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you were saying it's like almost bright, almost overwhelmingly bright. Like, and would you describe? Can you just help me understand the difference in the feeling when you walk into an Old Navy versus walking into a Gap?
The ones that I've been in recently, I guess it has a little bit more of a warehouse feel to it.
Okay.
And that's what like you walk in, it's like bright light warehouse. You know, they a lot of times do the tall ceilings and everything's, it's kind of open concept.
Okay.
Instead of having like where at Banana you have these little rooms that we were talking about to shop.
I think that's a good way to describe it, like a warehouse at the Gap versus like somebody's cool apartment in Banana Republic.
Yeah, I totally get it on the difference between Gap and Banana. I'm just trying to understand a little bit more on the difference between Gap and Old Navy.
I think with Old Navy too, it's like you're hitting such a bigger audience. Like you walk into Old Navy and you know it's like, okay, I can buy from like a baby that just showed up on the scene to like a sweater for my grandmother for church. And it's like that whole thing is going to be hitting there.
Yeah.
And it's like you can buy a Diet Coke and a candy bar and a tote bag and makeup now and you know, like bubble, like there's just like so much crazy going on in the stores themselves that it's like, it's both fun, but it also, I can see like for someone, if you don't go in there sort of knowing what's going on there, you're walking into like there's just like a lot to digest and a lot going on and a lot of different places and different types, but it also hits such a wide audience. Like if you need a bigger and tall section, if you need petites, if you need extended sizes, like they just hit such a broad audience. It's like there are brands within brands there.
But when you were talking about,
Go ahead, Amanda.
When you were talking about warehouses, I thought, I don't know if you were talking about Old Navy or Gap, but I was thinking of Old Navy for sure. Yeah. Whereas Gap feels like a model apartment where it's really staid and there's no personality, but it's nice fixtures and it's wood. You know, it definitely feels like a nicer atmosphere than Old Navy, but almost more boring.
Okay.
What I was going to say is the price point at Old Navy, because it's very affordable. It is, and they also have like the graphic tees or patterns that you can walk in and feel like you can just accidentally buy something.
Yeah.
Whereas Gap is more of a destination, I think you said, where if you're looking for something specific, you go in. And it's more mid-range price, so you're not as likely, I don't think, to go in and be like, ooh, I'll get a new pair of jeans today for $70. It's, where Old Navy, you walk in and you get your candy bar and your graphic tee and your beach towel, and then you're ready to have a party.
Yeah. Does it feel like, and we're just talking about the store layout, right? I totally hear you on the quality and of the clothes and all that. Does the store layout of Old Navy versus Gap make Gap feel like a higher end brand? Because they separate out the sections, it's a model apartment, it's calmer, it's a bit more organized. Does it feel like a higher end store comparatively? Because of how it's laid out.
Old Navy versus Gap.
Yeah, I totally hear you on the love for Banana, and we'll get there. I promise. I promise, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, I feel like there's a chaos to Old Navy that makes it feel less than Gap, right? Gap, when I go in, I agree with all the sterile comments, right? But there's also a benefit to that versus like, while Banana might be better, like Old Navy is like too chaotic, maybe, and like it's too much going on with these tote bags and everything. And like I'm just like a guy that I like when I go to a store, I want to know what they specialize in or what they're good at. When you have too large of a spectrum of products, right? It's like, what are you actually going to make that's high quality and beneficial? Whereas Gap, I always know that like their cotton button downs and like their jeans, right, are going to be good.
I think of like Old Navy less warehouse, more like locker room, because it's like cement floors and like and like higher energy.
Okay.
Yeah.